I'm Emily Compagno here with my co-host Harris Faulkner, and also joining us today, Martha MacCallum, Lisa Boothe, and...
No, he's not. So let's get this all out. That trip to El Paso.
I guess between that and whispering, Harris, you had such a great interview.
And share their space, food, everything else. That's one thing. But my goodness, that is a cleanup of epic proportions. That's a lie.
And who's surprised? Marshals. I mean, it's an absolute joke on the part of this administration. This is the final cherry on top.
Well, it's pretty clear that
an announcement
he
here.
asked the question. Yeah. But listen to what the actual president
contain them, and that's right. Juarez, right across from El Paso, where the president was.
Yes. I mean, and I've worked with Hakeem before he became into leadership.
More than that. You're in a really good spot.
But you have a small group of people. The left right now is totally showing exactly what they do, which is lose their mind when someone...
Back to Megan's father agreeing to sell some photos. The thing that strikes me is that he seems to be leaving the door open in the midst of all this poverty.
Yes.
How are you?
Off of the domestic abuse and the domestic abuser.
It's the nation's biggest union. She's saying, well, maybe the lockdowns weren't a good idea. I'm sure they're seeing some of the same statistics. So this is, to me, a function of, well, we don't really know what.
Now, this domestic abuse, what's the motive?
A certain kind of illness. You could say, well, you know what? It probably goes back to climate change because that's what they want to continually society when you have people who are suffering economically, suffering through, war.
So, I mean, if they can't, here it is. This is the quote from Washington Post. So this little nugget was in it. Several academics, activists, and humanitarian workers said the links between violence against women and extreme weather events needs more research.
Tell you that people love baseball more when it's hot weather. Why? Because when they play baseball and it's in the summer. Statistics can tell you government can solve climate change. So if I blame everything on government, then government is my solution. And again, I bring it from a perspective of if my perspective is government is the answer, then government is going to...
The reason that it's domestic violence is because of ineffective laws and they know. And over a third of those men were already known to law enforcement. We know firsthand how difficult it is. The fact that WAPO publishes that it's all about climate change, it's that way because the next time that a judge says, I'm sorry, my hands are tied, the next time they say, you know what, that was predictable. Climate change, get out of here. That was a travesty.
Fair.
Without Latin.
Issues?
I don't want a venti, I want a grande, I want a small, medium, or large. Once again, there's also stripping everyone of agency. We have, and I'm talking from all parts. When did we have the divide on education? When does that become bad? When should a student actually open a book or go to work? Is something wrong?
I imagine Elon Musk did his homework.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So. No
That's
doubt.
what we were taught. Show your work. This whole thing is frightening, and not to sound like I'm 90 years old, but. Thank you for your father's service, and thank you to you for your service, Congressman. And you are absolutely right. Here, every day is Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
Amen.
Thank you to everyone for watching and for supporting. And now here's America Reports.